1, 2, 3. And we're back with Queer Cinema Review! And I am so excited.
I am so excited
to do another Queer Cinema Review.
Yes, it's been a little minute. We've been working on our podcast,
Which we finally
yes.
put out. If you guys haven't checked it out, if this is your first time with us, we do reviews, and we've been
revisiting those reviews that we've done previously. Just going a little deeper on them, and it's a bit of an experience.
It's made me excited to go back and now with this like new lens and perspective, I feel like I'm ready to review movies a little differently. So
it's definitely been giving us that and being aware of just more technical things and watching more, commentaries and interviews. So it's kind of nice to just be like, right, let's go back to some just reviews with some synopsises
and our thumb grading system. So today, Candice.
Yes, Em.
What are we watching?
We are watching Am I Okay?
Am I Okay? I don't know. So it's a movie starring Dakota Johnson.
Dakota Johnson, co-directed
by Notaro and
Stephanie.
God, it came up earlier.
Insert text here.
It's like, let's not change who we are now. So, it says Lucy has her friendship with Jane tested as she embarks on a personal journey down a path she may not be ready for.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's sounds like the new coming of age. Like, so many gay coming of age movies are usually like teenagers. So it's like in the preview she's saying she's 32. And
yeah,
so
I thought that was really cool.
Because some people come out later, and I'm actually Tig's wife, Stephanie. That's why I think we thought this was their story, but I don't think they wrote. I know they didn't write it. I don't know if they had any part in that, but they possibly took to directing it very well because of that. So.
Yes. I'm really excited. It looks like Dakota Johnson's gonna be
liking this one,
so that should yield a good performance. It was released and it made its world premiere in January 2022 at Sundance to critical acclaim. So I'm really excited. It's now on Max.
Who knows why it took 2 years, but it's here and we are ready.
We are ready. So we're gonna watch it, check it out.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. We'll be back for our review.
We'll be back with, so here, check out some pictures, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
So, that was Am I Okay? It was not what I expected.
No.
First of all, rom-com, inaccurate. Rom-com gives me some sort of love story. And this was more of, like I said, like a coming of age, for sure.
Yeah.
In coming of age movies, you don't always expect there to be a outcome of a love story.
Right. No, you have a very good, very, very, very good point. Do you want to give the synopsis?
All right, let's hit it. So, Lucy and her bestie, Jane. Jane is, they've known each other 16. She is from London.
Years, yeah.
And we are finding out that her best friend has a new job.
In
London.
Town.
Yeah, so she's getting a job back home. And this is all coinciding with Lucy kind of possibly coming to terms with her own sexuality.
Yes.
Lucy's coworker is kind of the one that
Britt
is a young masseuse who is very flirty, very touchy, and this is whom she has her first sexual experience with a woman with, which was so
it was
painful.
Super uncomfy. Like, I've, like, you know, it's that thing where you're like, okay, cool, like, you're in her corner, and then that next morning, you know, it's like, that, like, you know, they're laying in bed, and it's like, she's up, and she's like, okay, like, do I spoon her? And so, she goes to spoon the girl. Brit, and she lifts her hand off of her. I was like, oh, this is an uncomfortable story.
Yeah, and just pulled the, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, I gotta go, I have errands. And it just was like, I really just, okay. I was like, okay, fine. So it's not Brit.
That's not the romantic story.
So yeah. I'm like, are we they led me on the whole time that she was supposed to end up with her friend. You literally were saying, like, no, I read a review, like, they end up together.
Because they said they ended up together.
Right, no, at the end, she basically says she's gonna move her friend to London for her and stay with her for a couple weeks and come back and just, like, live her... I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was like this, it said they ended up together. Like, I don't... Like, know if maybe that's what the review, like, was...
I don't know. Are we supposed to believe that I don't know, literally from the beginning, I was like, well, her friend's obviously gay, and then this is her gay best friend coming in, and neither were true, they were a couple, and I just was confused from that point forward, because I was like, I don't understand. The line, vagice cream, was kind of funny, but it lost the luster, because in that moment, we're just seeing how mean her friend Jane is.
Yeah. Jane, who's across the pond.
So, so it's just about Lucy figuring out that she's gay, but apparently she's always thought this, but she just buried it deep down.
Because she liked Volvos in high school.
Yeah, so, I don't know. How did you feel about, like, the directing? It was very tight. It was very, very close. It was kind of uncomfortable sometimes for me.
Yeah, I felt, you know, I don't know, like, the coverage or timing situation and everything, but, you know, it was, some shots were really close and then would cut to, like, the other person, and it's, like, a good, like, mid-shot that gives some breathing room, and it's, like, you just want to have that for both people in the scene, and so it's just like, okay, I fully understand, maybe they just didn't have that frame, but it is a palpable thing when things are just that close and it's not really necessarily there, and so it you know, nothing was like where I was like, whoa, what's happening? Like, so that, you know, totally, I mean, I'm really curious, like, how that was for them. I think that's pretty cool, but
like filming the sex scene that wasn't there.
I was like, what? I feel like how Maria Magenti was talking about in, like, Incredibly True Adventure, Two Girls in Love, that she asked people exiting the theater, like, what'd you think about the sex scene? They're like, what sex scene? So they literally had to go back and film the actual, like, sex scene because
people didn't even remember
it. Just too much of, like, it was just...
So there was no sex scene in this movie. It's insinuated.
There you go. That's where it was. Like,
and so, I don't know. Lucy kind of dresses like she's about to rob someplace all the time. It's like they're really trying to go for this, like, ooh, she's a stereotypical lesbian and she doesn't even know it, and yet she's in all these environments with other lesbians and none of them are ever dressed like her. So
I do keep expecting it, like, just like, I'll be right back. Like, it's like, it's summertime in LA and she's got these, like, big black Carhartt beanies on, and it's just...
They're like, get it? Because she's like, gay and she doesn't know it. I'm like... we fully understand, like, that's right. I just wanted to watch this movie and be like, wow, what a great new love story. Like, I do believe that a 32-year-old who's figuring out she's a lesbian is a story that needs to be told now, because that's still happening.
100%.
I just was led on, like a lesbian, to believe that I'm going to watch these two best friends because the best friend is like, oh, I know you. She knows her order. She knows everything about her.
It's implied
the whole time that they're just meant for each other.
And if it would have been as simple as literally at the ending scene where she's like, what are you going to do with your car? And she's like, I'm going to park it. or, you know, she's like, has that pause and like literally had her friend just reached over and put her hand on her hand and been like, we've got this together. There's your love story.
Yeah, no, I just wanted them to end up together and they don't.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now, this review, they don't end up together. They're just
a coming of age story, like you said. I do think
so this is not like The Incredibly True Adventure of Two Girls in Love. What I'm going to say is how I thought they don't end up together in the ending. You're like, oh, it's implied. I thought they do. And here, I feel like they're trying harder to be like, you know, so people can believe that they end up together. You can make up whatever story you want. Yeah. Is that what's going on here? They're trying to, like, create your own adventure. If you want to believe they end up together,
I don't
we
know.
will not
it's
take that from you.
A hot mess couple, to
yes.
be honest.
So, I really wanted it to be funny. Like, I did like Tig Notaro. She has this ridiculous wig on.
Welcome to the hammock sanctuary. The hammock cradles us. The hammock is our vulva.
Hammock sanctuary. And just, you know, close your eyes. Okay, now go ahead and close them.
Like, that was the funniest part. Mm-hmm. And it was very short, but...
And it was very short, and I'm like...
But it was... And then, what's his name from Will and Grace? Jack McCormick. He's in it, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
Some inappropriate moments, or what was just
weird. Where they were walking through the office fighting with each other.
Yes, this woman is like at work. She's a professional. She's about to transfer to a new office in London, representing her company, and they're literally like two sisters squabbling down the hallway, like fighting over something in the middle of the entire thing, and like.
And this is where she's saying, the friend is saying to her, she's like, people think we're a couple, and I'm like, okay, so we are getting to that. Like, no.
Yeah, no, and then the way the other, like, assistant was kind of slipping in, and you felt, like, the possessiveness, like, you know, like, I don't like her, and it just...
So, right, and that wasn't necessary. There was no reason for her not to like her assistant.
Right, unless I'm jealous of you and my woman, I guess. Coming
across as, like, a mean, really mean person. Really mean. Like, if I overheard this woman talking about me, I'd be like, oh... I would start crying immediately.
In the fight, she was. Did you see her walk up and then have to back up? Yes. And I was like, this is embarrassing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that was...
and no follow through. There was no like, okay, the boss sitting down like, hey, we're giving you a whole office.
Not sure if that was a performance piece.
Can we not do that? How's that? Like, nothing. Like, address it because it was uncomfortable. Nothing. The things that made me very uncomfortable were not addressed in a way of, like, we know that made you uncomfortable, but it's okay. It was as if they were, like, the girl, the way she just got up and left after sleeping with her and just being like, oh, okay, bye. Like,
and then, are we okay? And it's like, I mean... yes.
Are we weird? And she's like, no. So, okay. So,
I mean, a lot of gaps, I guess, I feel like. And again, I really wanted to... I really wanted to like this. I had a lot of, like...
love it. I wanted to just
that's what it was. I really wanted to love it, and I think I like it. And that's where I just feel, like, a little bummed, because you can definitely feel like it's a passion project. You feel that... But it just...
Editing matters. Editing matters so much, and, you know, I don't know who edited it, but, I don't know. I just felt like some things were cut very short when I was like, ooh, just an extra breath. I will never forget learning about Jaws, the movie Jaws, and how if they took away one frame, it wasn't scary enough. If there was one too many frames, it was cheesy. Like, with film, like, beats matter, and there was just so many moments where I was like, oh, okay, bye.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it like you had brought up a good point, because it was moving, it's a lot of heavy subject matter. Like, it's a lot to chew on, you know. She's 32, she's like, you know, got this guy who wants to, like, really kind of be with her, and she's like
the guy best friend.
Yeah. And it's like, there's a lot to unpack there, and it's like, we're just moving along at such rate, even though I do feel like I heard 2 weeks, but I'm like, all this feels like a lot, because there's all these different episodes, different things, and different situations, but it just felt like it could have slowed down and maybe like told a part of that story.
I mean, it's a 90-minute movie, so I understand that's kind of where people try and keep films at, but it moved really fast, and all of a sudden I'm just like, okay. So, sorry. So, am I okay? I think she's fine. I think she's okay.
I think she's fine.
Her and her friend had a little tiff, and that's what the movie was about. Just a girl who has a fight with her friend.
Just even her coming out, like, I really felt like it wasn't given the,
that moment. That was the moment where I was like, I'm sorry, wait, did she just say for the first time out loud that she was gay?
Did she just come out?
It was very...
Yeah.
Not...
Like I said,
it wasn't
authentic.
It wasn't...
A little more,
right. It just wasn't true to my story. Mm-hmm. So maybe the person... Because they said in the trailer, like, this isn't incredibly true, like, true story.
Inspired by it, yeah.
So I'm assuming the person who wrote it, this is her story. So no shade to the writer at all. I just this happens a lot with film, especially lesbian films. Like we see this all the time where the story's there, the passion's there, but sometimes the money and time isn't, and it just gets chopped up. So yeah. I'll give it a thumb.
It's honestly,
it's a 2 out of 4. Yeah.
Like, again, I'm really happy there is still all this stuff being made, you know, happiest season, am I okay?
We gotta support it.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, it's super awesome. Watch it, like...
Please let us know, because, like, apparently, people don't always agree with our reviews.
Well, I mean, hey, and that is A-okay.
That's fine.
These are just our opinions for entertainment.
So thank you for watching and joining us, and joining in the conversation. Like, we absolutely love it and appreciate that we can communicate and say. So, like, if you watched this movie and you were like, I thought it was so accurate to my story or my friend's story, or I made me realize so much about myself, like, let us know. Yeah. I think it is different coming out as a teenager.
I definitely do. I was really enthralled to, honestly, I think it's a story that could probably still be told. But because it's a good one. This one, like, because like Fortune Feimster, I talked about coming out late in life, and you know, I mean, we went to Pride once, and we had a lady who was maybe like 75 years old behind us in line, and she had just for the first time.
This was her first Pride.
And she was there by herself, and I mean, it's never too late. These are all beautiful stories to tell, and I do wish maybe we had more of a focus on Dakota Johnson's going through it. It was very spread out with her friend's story and this masseuse girl, and it's like we probably could have, like, you know, there were those scenes where they would just cut to her crying, and you're like, oh, I know that feeling, but it's like, but like, let's see her work through it or something. I don't know.
It's good. I think she's all right.
Like, she's fine.
She's fine.
Okay,
she'll be okay. She'll be all right. But yeah, was there anything else?
No,
no, the makeup was fantastic. I know the makeup artist who did the movie. Literally I never read the credits. I just looked up and I was like, oh, I know. Oh, well, okay, yeah, the makeup artist. So
the makeup was really good.
I will say that I thought that throughout the whole film, but it also was what made me think her friend Jane was gay. I was like, she's not wearing any makeup. Not like that matters. And it just was like, she was very...
natural?
Sure.
I didn't know me to feel
no, just, gay coded. Like, she's like wearing like blazers all the time.
Well, she makes out with the chick on the dance floor. It's not like she's not
and
queer in a
maybe
way.
Not right. She's queer. We were talking about that before. Queer encompasses it all. Queer is just not straight, cis, heteronormative. That. It's great. Check it out. Where did we watch it on? Max. So, thank you for joining us on our quality queer cinema reviews.
Yes, well, we did Am I Okay? And gave it 2 thumbs.
It got 2 thumbs.
We're going to be doing more.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and we also have our podcast. So
check out our podcast if you haven't yet. We give us any suggestions on any new movies for
Yeah,
us to
that
check
would be
out.
really cool.
I think it's good.
I think it's good. I think she's gonna be fine.
She's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.